Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I had a couple of comments recently that some of you wanted to see a tour of my movie room, and it's right behind me. So coming up here is a quick little dive into the movie room, some Funko Pops and toys, but mostly movies. And it'll be pretty short, it shouldn't be too long, so hopefully you enjoy. I do apologize, my camera on the phone is right up here, so if I'm looking in one weird direction, that's why the lens isn't right in front of me here. So I do apologize if it looks strange if I'm not looking right into the camera. My eyes aren't drifting around. So enjoy the tour. Coming up, I do want to do some other videos of deeper dives into different collections or film series in my collection, as opposed to just doing pickup videos. So those might be coming down. I got one on my channel now from a couple of months ago when I did my Halloween collection. So I want to do more of that coming up soon too. So meanwhile, here's a tour of the movie room. I hope you enjoy. Got some decent light, so I'll try to do a wide-ish shot of everything. Can't capture everything in one frame, but pretty much it. And then that. Yeah, just ignore the closet. It's still kind of a mess. Garbage everywhere. Just stuff. And a Raspberry Pi, coffee cup, and my computer. Yeah. Nice snowy day outside, though. Okay, so I guess we'll start with the Funko Pop shelves really quick here. The Alien Warriors, a NECA figure, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Pit Witch, Deadite Captain, Ash, and Ralphie for some reason. Some of the Ultimate Jason figures from Friday the 13th. Maybe I'll open those up and give a closer look. Ultimate Leatherface, more Funkos on the end there. These are IKEA shelves and did a decent job, I think, of getting them mostly straightened out. They're just butted up against each other. Really inexpensive, but effective. There's Barbossa, Flocked, Chewbacca, Mr. Bean Chase, Chucky, Charlie and Chocolate Factory, almost a complete set on that one. Deadite, Ghostface, Bloody Michael Myers, that was an FYE exclusive. Freddy with the little needle fingers was Hot Topic, I think. Jason with the mask was a Walgreens exclusive. Mask Leatherface, I think also Hot Topic. Jason from Part 5, which wasn't Jason, of course, also a Hot Topic. A couple of chases there. Well, a chase, that's the glow-in-the-dark Jason. 8-bit Jason with a variant, 8-bit Freddy with a variant, Pennywise, Predator, and Alien. 8-bit ones are kind of cool, they're really heavy. Then Lopan variant, Jack Burton, some Twin Peaks, Marty McFly, Batman, Deadpool. Chatterer was a Walmart exclusive that came out during Halloween. I had to eBay that one. I couldn't find him in store. Swamp Thing's Flocked, and he also stinks like a swamp, like it's sprayed with perfume to smell bad. Black Knight from Monty Python, missing the arms, is a variant from FYE. Grievous, I think, was a Walgreens one. More Star Wars. I don't know the terrorist's name, but he's the dead terrorist from Die Hard. And it's more Star Wars. And some of the stuff from the boxes. I think the TIE Fighter was not from one of the boxes, but yeah, those big Smuggler's Bounty boxes had some cool stuff in them too. So those are the toys. Not really a big part of the collection, but thought I'd show them really quick. So the wood shelves on the end here, these were made by me, just common pine board that I got from Menards. And they're just butt joints. They're just butted right up against each other and fastened together. So nothing really fancy there. Just some cheap Minwax, and it was like a $30 or $40 project. I think each one of these shelves should hold upwards of 600 movies, or probably even more with Blu-rays in this number of cases. This is the remnants of some cheap particle board thing from Best Buy. Barely survived the move, and then another one of those shelves. Let's get a closer look. Okay, so as you can see, there's not a whole lot of method to my madness here. The top shelf was generally supposed to be for stuff that was oversized and collections, and I think for the most part I kept that going, but it's kind of turned into whatever. Not going to name off everything, but you can kind of see what's in here. Wicker Man is the old Anchor Bay set. I haven't gotten into the Hemisphere Horror set, as you can see, still unopened, but the Island of Blood set was open, and those were a very cool series of films. Unfortunately, lots of stuff has not been opened yet. Don't have time to watch everything. The Chucky set there is still unopened. Unfortunately, this Universal set still in its plastic. The Goonies set has not been opened. Then I kind of fragment these off into collections. This is the Friday the 13th set that came out a number of years ago. And I actually have the other, you probably saw it up there. I keep these discs in a big 10 disc holder because this thing is just awful. Again, you spend so much money on these collections and they give you these really bad ways to store these films. They're all in these cardboard holders. And, some of the discs were getting a little worse for wear, so I moved them. So I have the whole set. It's just kind of separated right now. But there's the old Jason Goes to Hell DVD, old Anchor Bay. That's got Halloween TV cut on it. That's really the only reason I kept it. And it's got a cool, lenticular cover on it. Scream Factory, Steelbooks, complete Halloween collection. So there's everything from Halloween. I try to keep some of the stuff together when it's in the same film series. Otherwise, most of it's sorted by studio. So here's my Arrow collection. The Hellraiser one was standing. Of course, this is not part of Arrow, so it's kind of a mixed studio collection and also by film series. This is the import from the UK. Got it right from Amazon UK for a really decent price before it shot up. Of course, I haven't opened this guy yet. That's the Romero collection. And a lot of other ones here too, as you can see, have not yet been opened. So I hope to get to them very soon. This I got from the MVD sale that happened around Christmas time or New Year's. Got it for $10, so that was a really great find. And so as you can see, the aesthetic here is kind of going from big box to everything with the hard boxes to slip covers. And then the second row of Arrow, more slips, and then things that are unslipped. The only Arrow Steelbook I've got, I believe, is Driller Killer. A really fun, entertaining film. The Reanimator set. This is the first Arrow video release I ever purchased, and I was hooked ever since. And you can kind of see I expanded it onto everything here with Reanimator tagging on. So here's the little mix of everything from Arrow, and then the film series. Grindhouse releasing, a little bit of dust. Only one I've not opened yet, of course, is Cat in the Brain. This set here, the Beyond, from Grindhouse, is so good. I know Full Sheet is not for everybody, but it's a great set, and the film just looks fantastic there. Again, Friday the 13th. And then this is like a film series collection slash director collection. The Evil Dead, that's the old Elite Entertainment release. There's the Evil Dead Steelbook Blu-ray, 4K from Evil Dead 2, Scream Factory set Army of Darkness with the slipcover, the remake, Ash vs. Evil Dead. So this is where I'm kind of going to get a little more specific with some of the collections. My John Carpenter Steelbook collections right there from Scream Factory. I may rearrange those and put those in with the other Scream Factory Steelbooks. I'm not sure. But Texas Chainsaw. This set is great too. It's not that expensive anymore. It's the 4-disc set on Blu-ray. It looks great. And as you can see, I'm a fanatic for Texas Chainsaw, but this is a great release of the first film. This is the old Dark Sky Steelbook. But this is way better, obviously. But I'm keeping that for the Steelbook. That's really cool artwork on it. For some reason, I have the old Leatherface DVD. I'm not sure how much it differs from the Blu-ray, but I got them both. I think the DVD may contain a little bit of a difference on it because it's got the R-rated and unrated. I don't recall if the Blu-ray has both cuts on it, so just for the sake of having everything, I've got both releases. Texas Chainsaw, it's a Canadian release of the remake and then the prequel to the remake, and then the Leatherface, which was a prequel to this timeline. So that's probably for another time to actually go over the chronology of that film series. Night of the Living Dead. Here's my Romero collection, going from Night all the way up to the Dawn of the Dead remake. I don't have some of the final Romero ones. And a bunch of stuff from Synapse, which I have not, unfortunately, gotten the chance to open. I really want to get into Popcorn and Demons 2. These are really great films. Suspiria, the 4K. No, this is a Steelbook. That's a Steelbook of Suspiria. And then I've got the 4K release floating around here somewhere. Actually, I had to cut really quick because I couldn't find it. So, yeah, for some reason it's not together. Suspiria, 4K. Suspiria Steelbook. Haven't gotten into the 4K yet, but I believe this was a 2K scan, or this even might have been a 4K scan on Blu-ray, but this is the actual native 4K. The Steelbook version looked fantastic, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the 4K version. But Synapse, they haven't been putting out a lot of new stuff recently, at least not a lot of stuff that I've been terribly interested in. These Steelbooks they did were great, so I'd like to see more from that. I know Synapse did Suspiria a great justice, so hopefully they can continue in 2020 or beyond and do some more big releases. They did a really good job. Just like Blue Underground, these ones here, New York Ripper, Zombie Maniac, Two Evil Eyes, House by the Cemetery, these are all 4K scans that were redone. Not really a cash grab, I'd say. These were, the ones that I watched anyway. These three here look fantastic. They did a really good job with those. So maybe Synapse will pick up some new stuff for the catalog and continue to be a great company. They've been around for a while. Don May was with Elite Entertainment back in the day. So, but there's some Blue Underground stuff. Some weirdness here. Zombie Holocaust is also known as Dr. Butcher MD. Shriek Show. That's an oldie. I've had that for a long time. And then here's my Kevin Smith collection. Kind of bleeding over into Tarantino land. And then some random. These are the Vestron releases. This is random here, The World's End. So as you can see, I need to do some better organization here. Hobo with a Shotgun. And then some random stuff here. Rob Zombie has his own little section there. And then Star Wars with some randomness towards the end. That's the complete Star Wars collection. The original trilogy, the prequels, then Solo, Rogue One, Force Awakens, Last Jedi. So that's all of the Star Wars films there. And then the very, very bottom here, Pardon the Dust. See, there's a lot more room for expansion down here. Just some random stuff. I think that was supposed to be a Spielberg collection, and I never really did much else with it. So that's the first shelf. And then in the middle, some more random stuff. A lot of the stuff is my wife's. It's a lot of her BBC stuff. But I just kind of threw some of this stuff on the shelf here. The Troma kind of randomly sitting between Twin Peaks and Kids in the Hall. The imported set from the UK for Pirates. Tales from the Crypt complete collection. It's a really nice DVD set. I've only gotten through, I think, part of the first season, but yeah, it's a really nice set, and I've enjoyed everything so far. Great series. I wish they do more stuff like that. And the Creep Show that came out recently from Shudder is kind of in the same vein. So these here, so a lot of this is my wife's. The Are You Being Served and Keeping Up Appearances. They look like they might be a little sun faded. I've had these in the collection for a long time, or it could just be a low resolution print. These look, they might be a little sun faded too. This is mine. Band of Brothers. As you can see, again, lots of random stuff here that does not fit the rest of the collection. Most of this is my wife's, except for the Monty Python, Meaning of Life at the very end there. Original British Office. Mr. Bean. I think some of these actually might be old burned copies from way back in the day. These two, I think these were traded and someone actually gave me like a DVD-R. This, I don't know if it's sun faded or just real low res. Unfortunately, this does sit in the sun. So I need to look at doing a filter maybe on the window. But yeah, just some randomness here, and then a really nice set here. Herschel Gordon Lewis Feast set from Arrow Video. Got this on the family video sale a couple years ago. Got it for a really good price. And of course, haven't opened it yet. So like a true collector, really excited to get it, but yeah, haven't really opened it yet. So, and don't mind the Ethernet cable. That's going to be buried in the wall or something at one point. Old tins from Anchor Bay. These are really cool. They're not really worth anything. But the Hellraiser set has Hellraiser 1 and 2. And the rest of them just have the films. I think there's some knickknacks, and the Heathers set is like a ruler and something from the school. Then Evil Dead and Beyond have some posters, like lobby cards there. Maybe go through those and open those again here in just a minute. Yeah, so maybe we'll do a deeper dive. This is really the only one that has anything interesting. Is the Beyond. It's old lobby cards, mini posters from around the world. Pretty cool. I mean, they're all reproductions, but I think this is the old Laserdisc cover I used to have. There's a booklet there, so nothing terribly exciting. It's really cool just to have the tins, but they're kind of taking up space. I usually keep them on the floor right over there just to kind of keep them out of the way. So yeah, we'll just go on to the next shelf. Okay, Here's the next shelf, still a little untidy. Again, I was trying to go for something up here at one point and just kind of turn into a catch-all for some 4Ks and it's the Jurassic Park collection, and they're really not in any order. I was putting them in order of slips and just kind of went out of that. So all the stuff on this shelf is random up to a certain point. I got some books, then the 6 feet under DVD collection, another Funko Pop. So this is my Steelbook collection. If it's not a part of another series or from another studio, it generally ends up here. And I got these little protectors just to keep them from scratching. You know, these bare out of plastic tend to scratch and, you know, fade pretty easily. So these cheap little plastic protectors do a pretty good job of making sure that that doesn't happen. Lots of Best Buy exclusives, a couple of Mondos. Nothing super rare, but I think it's a pretty decent collection. This Nightmare on Elm Street one probably might end up on the other shelf because that's where the Nightmare on Elm Street set is. So anyway, my Scream Factory collection is the next shelf entirely, I believe. Fly collection, again, I haven't opened it. Critters, I've opened it, only watched the first one. It's alive. Nightbreed is a limited set. I got that on Amazon and still had the plastic on it, and it's kept it on there, so it's kind of looks like new. But yeah, lots of unopened stuff here, unfortunately. Like, as you've seen before, a true collector only collects and never watches. But lots of slips. If there was a slip cover for some of these, the chances are I have it. Motel Hell is one that I did not get the slip cover on, and I probably won't pay up for it. Easy Money Men at Work is Shout Factory, so it does belong up there. Summer Party Massacre is one of the new Steelbooks, as is Deathstalker, one of the new re-releases from Scream Factory. And again, mind the dust up there. So yeah, there's all my Scream Factory stuff, and man, my Anchor Bay collection, Elite Entertainment collection, man, this has shrunk so much ever since I started getting back into collecting a few years ago. Obviously, Arrow and Scream Factory have done a good job of basically re-releasing a lot of those entire catalogs. So my Anchor Bay collection used to be so much more extensive, and man, it's kind of sad. They were such a great company, and so was Elite back in the day. Lots of great releases. So, and that pretty much ends the specialty collection, the horror collection, on these big shelves here. A lot of this stuff is just other randomness. Not that they're bad, just, you know, old DVDs. Carrie, there was I remember the weirdest thing. That was a birthday or Christmas present that my now wife got for me back in the day. That was a video store rental. You see it's really pretty sun faded. Let's see, some more stuff down here, and that pretty much ends the Blu-ray section. And then these are the remnants of my DVDs. If I had it on DVD, I now have it on Blu-ray and got rid of the DVD. Yeah, so one more shelf after this one, and not a whole lot of exciting stuff down here. I did find some other stuff over here. Of course, there's some vinyl records. Gonna have a better spot for those in the other room. Empire Records is a duplicate DVD I gotta resell. Miami Connection came in, and I have another copy of Deathstalker for some reason, so all right. All right, see, and again, just trying to keep this room tidy. I have a little screen down there for my computer to dust cover. Some socks, all right. Should probably clean up beforehand. Boss Katana 100. Someone actually should be on the way to pick that up today to sell on a Facebook deal, so I get to clean the room even more. My brother got me this past Christmas, or for my birthday. I was born in December, so they kind of mashed together. Signed by R.A., the first Jason. So it's not like a studio quality mask, but cool enough. Got the autograph. Vinegar Syndrome takes up this shelf here. As you can see, they're not in any specific order. I want to maybe go ahead and rearrange these, maybe by slip, non-slip, and then big collection, or maybe by number. I'm not quite sure yet. But these little bookends here to kind of keep everything tidy. Love me some Vinegar Syndrome. My Criterion collection. I thought my Criterion collection was a lot bigger, but I guess not. Spinal Tap is one of the oldest releases, obviously. You can see it's number 12. I bought that back in the day at Best Buy. And RoboCop, that used to be very expensive, as was Spinal Tap, because they went out of print back in the day. I don't know why I have Armageddon, it's a terrible movie. But the rest of these I think are pretty good. Rock, same thing, kind of. Some of those ones in there, I don't know why they even made the collection. They're kind of garbagey, but whatever. Yeah, that's my Criterion collection. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Big Trouble in Little China, Scream Factory set. Not quite sure what to do with those or how to display them. Just because they're of an odd... I don't know why I have so many of these things. They're kind of an odd size for everything else, but maybe I'll find a way just to stand them up. Get out of the way. Yeah, so more tidying up to do. Still not quite done. These are also Menards purchases here. These little laminate shelves, these brackets. These probably cost just as much as the shelves I've showed you before, so not very economical, but a lot easier. And my Digibook collection. Again, I thought I had a lot more Digibooks. Once I pulled them out, saw how few I had, so. And some just random spare cases just in case. So those are my movies.